We begin tonight with allegations against Canada's former top soldier. General Jonathan Vance is accused of engaging in inappropriate sexual behaviour as a senior leader in the Canadian Armed Forces. Our Ottawa Bureau Chief Mercedes Stephenson has the exclusive details. Mercedes.
Donna, General Jonathan Vance was the force behind Operation Honour, the military's pledge to root out sexual misconduct from its ranks. Now General Vance finds himself facing allegations after multiple sources approached Global News, alleging he behaved inappropriately with subordinate women, including during his time as Chief of the Defence Staff. A source with direct knowledge came forward to Global News, alleging a relationship with sexually explicit exchanges and repeated private meetings. Global News has viewed evidence that appears to support this. Late this afternoon, Global News contacted the female subordinate alleged to have had a relationship with Vance. She confirmed the allegations but asked to remain anonymous, and Global News has agreed to honor her request. Vance has denied allegations of inappropriate behaviour in 2 separate phone calls with Global News. In his first response, Vance suggested he only knew the woman in a professional context. He also denied having any direct communication with her. But Vance later acknowledged they had dated in Gagetown, New Brunswick, where they were both posted in 2001, while in separate chains of command. Vance told Global News that he had been, quote, holding back in his initial response because he did not want to, quote, betray confidences. Vance said that while he had met the woman on multiple occasions, the relationship was not sexual. Vance denied knowledge of sexually explicit communications and indicated they could be fabricated. Vance described himself as a supporter and a friend, and said the woman sought his advice about joining the lawsuit for victims of sexual misconduct and harassment in the military. There are no allegations that the alleged relationship was not consensual. Senior military officers and defense officials describe any relationship between the Chief of the Defense Staff and a subordinate member as problematic due to the power imbalance. Former Brigadier General Daniel Menard was charged in 2010 under Section 129 of the National Defence Act for having a relationship with a subordinate while leading Canada's task force in Afghanistan. He was relieved of his command and replaced by Vance. Sources also alleged to Global News that Vance made a sexual comment towards a second, much younger junior soldier before becoming Chief of the Defence Staff, which a source described as unwanted. That comment, contained in documents obtained by Global News, was sent from Vance's military email account to a 25-year-old female corporal in 2012, when Vance was a major general. An email from Vance's account raises the prospect of going to a clothing-optional vacation destination with her. Vance told Global News he has no recollection of the exchange and suggested that if it did occur, he would have intended it as a joke rather than a solicitation. He also said he would be willing to apologize if he did make the comment. The allegations come a little over 2 weeks after Vance formally handed over command of the military. Vance's tenure as Chief of the Defence Staff was marked by a cultural and legal reckoning over rampant sexual misconduct in the military's ranks. In a statement, the Prime Minister's office told Global News that it takes all allegations of workplace misconduct extremely seriously and ensures that all processes are followed, noting that no one should ever feel unsafe at work within the Canadian military. Defence Minister Harjit Sajjan's office told Global News that the minister has always insisted that any and all allegations brought to his attention should be reported to the appropriate authorities so that any necessary investigations can begin.